Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. I'm very excited for today's video. I am using the brand new to me Glaminatrix Into the Night palette. This is what it looks like. The inside is even more stunning. I'm very excited. So if you want to see how I got this look and what I think of this palette overall, stick around, we're going to get into it. Let me just say real quick, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, now is a great time to do that. I upload several videos every week. If you click on the little bell and choose all, YouTube will notify you when I upload a new one. You can choose to watch or not, no pressure. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. All right, let's just stop yammering and get into it. I'm about to have a very naked face. Brace yourself. So the palette for today is the Glaminatrix Into the Night palette. I am so excited for this. I totally blame Smiley Shawnee for this purchase. She had it and it looks so pretty that I thought, I probably need to play with that as well. So it did take a while to get here. It came all the way from Australia, so that's a thing. But I will say, I got a bunch of email updates kind of letting me know where the palette was on its journey, so that was fun. Were there more than they were necessary? Possibly, but I don't know. It's not like Danessa Myricks notifications. That's hardcore. We should turn the light on. Does that help? It's like my first day, but I'm trying something new. So I don't know, we'll see. So I think we're gonna go in with neon lights, top shelf, and then I'll deepen it up with some nightlife, just to see how I feel about these. I'm really excited about them. Shawnee makes all eyeshadow look amazing. I swear she is so gorgeous. Everything looks great on her. But I'm hoping maybe I can pull it off as well. So we're going to start with the shimmer shade on my Singe Beauty EO1. I love this brush for shimmers, for mattes on the inner corner. We're just going to try it dry for starters. We're going to wet it. I usually wet my shimmer shades, so I'm not surprised that that's what I want to do. But I do like to try them dry just to see how they look right out of the palette. I did swatch the shimmer shades on my finger and they were so pretty. These are very softly pressed into the pan, which I don't think is a bad. I just wanted to note that in case you care. And I thought I could tell you a little story from my yesterday. I don't know when this video is going up. I'm assuming it won't be until next week, but today's Thursday, so this happened to me yesterday on Wednesday. I was having a fantastic day. I filmed a couple videos. I was feeling pretty darn good. I had loaded the dishwasher, like just doing good. I even had lunch, like feeling really good. And so I decided at like 2:30, which is kind of late in the day for me, but I was feeling so good, I thought I'll come in and clean my makeup brushes. I've been doing a lot of makeup looks the last 4 or 5 days, and I don't love cleaning makeup brushes, so I figured I should probably get on it before things get too out of hand. So usually I just wash all of my brushes in the sink, whether they are synthetic or natural hair brushes, because most of the time I'm using my Refer brushes, which are natural hair. And I always use the Refer brush soap or baby shampoo to clean them because they're natural hair brushes and they require just a little bit more. So I had been using a lot of my Blend Bunny brushes, And I thought I'll just bust out my Cinema Secrets and I'll use that to clean the synthetic brushes and just wash the few natural hair brushes in the sink when I'm done. So I have the little tin that comes with the Cinema Secrets, and I put a little bit into that, and then I dip my brush in just the very bottom of the bristles, and then I on a old like face cloth. Well, speaking of blend body brushes, I'm going to use my number 5 for the pink. So I set it in my lap. If you're new here, I am crippled. I'm in a wheelchair. I have power wheels, and like I can't walk at all. I really kind of struggle to even transfer out of my chair. So I'm sitting in my chair and I sit crisscross applesauce. It's just how I've always done it. And I put the little tin on my lap and I dipped my brushes in. And I was probably, I don't know, a quarter of the way through my brushes, and the little tin spilled in my lap and down onto my cushion, and of course soaked in and worked its way underneath my left leg. And of course I was like, what the frilly heck, like really? It's wet, it's cold, not a good time. So I used the face cloth that I was using to clean my brushes to sop up as much as I could. And I figured, you know, later when Mike got home, we'd switch out the cushion and clean it all up, no big deal. Usually I'm pretty darn careful about getting it on my skin because I know it can really do some damage, like drying out your skin because of the chemicals in it. So I've gotten it on my hand before and it was fine, just, you know, washed my hands when I was done. But as I was cleaning my brushes, my leg started to feel funny, like it was kind of like my skin was crawling. So I was like, all right, is that just because I'm nutty and don't like sitting in a wet cushion, or is something actually wrong? So I get done cleaning my brushes and like my leg is starting to burn like real bad. So I go in and I can get on and off the potty. That's something I can still do on my own. So I go in and I'm trying to like clean it off with a baby wipe because I have them handy in the bathroom. It's what I use. That might be TMI. Sorry if it is. So I'm trying to clean it off and it's just burning, like really, really bad. So I tried to call Dallas to see if he was home yet or on his way home so he could come help me. He didn't answer. I think it was payback because I had to miss a couple of his calls yesterday while I was playing and filming. So I texted Mike to see when he was going to be home because at this point I'm like freaking out. My leg is burning and there's nothing I can do to make it better. Mike didn't respond right away. So eventually he responded and said soon. And I was at that point freaking out. So I called him, which is something I don't do. He's at work. He's busy. I just don't call him. If he has time, he calls me. It used to only be when something bad happened, but he calls me sometimes just to check in or whatever. So I tried calling him and he didn't answer. And then, or no, I called him and he answered because I had texted and he said he'd be home. So I texted him and he said he'd be home soon. And so I called him and was like, how soon? And at this point, like, I was crying. I was really scared because my leg hurt so bad. And there was literally nothing I can do to make it better. And so he said he was just literally a couple of minutes away and he'd be here very, very soon. So, you know, he comes in and I explain kind of what happened and I got in the shower and he helped me clean it all off. But I mean, it was burning, like really, really bad. And I tried to Google like the ingredients and figure it out, but I was in pain and it wasn't helping. So he tried Googling it and he couldn't figure it out. So being the smart man that he is, and, you know, a little bit concerned for my skin, he called poison control, which I've never done before. So that was a new experience. And he explains kind of vaguely what happened. And the woman is very nice, very helpful. So she looked up the Cinema Secrets and explained that there are some ingredients in there that are similar to what is in gasoline. And I was most definitely experiencing a chemical burn. And she told us what to watch out for. And, you know, as long as there was no blistering, I was probably fine. But if it continued to hurt or if it got worse, I really needed to go to the emergency room. So at this point, I'm just like, how about I go to bed and watch some nonsense and you be my beck and call girl? And that's what we did. So I'm happy to report that no blistering occurred. And my leg feels a little irritated today just from sitting on it, but it's better. So if you happen to spill any Cinema Secrets in your lap, don't sit there with it on you. Get it off as soon as possible. It was really, really not fun. I think I want to use Happy Hour for the inner portion of my eyelid. Looks like a fairly bright shade. I wasn't sure if the pink would work, but that's a little dark. Oh, that's cute. And nowhere on the bottle of Cinema Secrets does it tell you what to do if you get it on you. It just says, you know, don't drink, whatever. So, like I said, I knew the ingredients were hardcore. It can destroy your brushes, so it makes sense. And when I've gotten it on my finger or like my hands, the skin turned a little white, which tells me, you know, that's not great. So you just wash it off and it's no big deal. But because I was forced to sit there, unable to clean it off, you can get some pretty serious burns from it. So now that I know that, I won't be using that in my lap anymore. That's pretty cute. The purple's a tiny bit patchy. I think I'm gonna take this Blend Bunny B1 brush and just kind of boop into the purple and see if I can't get a little bit of a better blend. Sometimes, if I don't have enough shadow on, it's patchy. And because this one's so dark, I was being a bit careful. Maybe boop into the pink. That's really not looking good. I just grabbed out my Refer 13. This brush is one of my most favorite. And sometimes the eyeshadow won't like a brush. So let's hope that that's the case and it's not my eye. Yeah, that's looking better. All right, I'm going to finish blending this, throw on the rest of my face, and I thought I'd come back and we could use a new blush together. That could be fun, right? Okay, I'm back and everything is done except for blush and highlight, because I got one of the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear blushes, and I got this in this shade. Maybe it's Confident? I don't know, it's hard to read. But that's what it looks like. It's so pretty, and I really, really, really want it on my cheekers. But I wanted to use it on camera with you the first time, so. Oh, it picks up quite a bit. All right, let's see. If you're not new here, you know how much I absolutely love the bronzer from this line. I felt fairly confident I was gonna like the blush, and I think I do. It goes on nicely. It's blending out nicely. It goes really well with that pink eyeshadow. Perhaps this was a good choice. What do we think? I think I like it. All right, I'm just going to whack on some of my Blend Bunny Noctilucent highlighter, and then I'll come back and we can wrap this up. Okay, that is the look done and dusted. I used, of course, my Noctilucent palette. I love this thing so much. And I went in with the shade Phenomena, which is like this kind of pinky highlight. I did use the Dark Purple Nightlife and the bright pink neon lights on my lower lash line and just kind of smushed them together so it wasn't too much pink. I don't think there's an excellent blend out here, but I'm not going to judge the eyeshadow just yet because it could be that I didn't apply my eye base the right way. I tested out the Sigma eye base today, and so I may not have used this correctly. I was afraid to use too much, so I think I went in a little too sparingly. At least that's what I think. I could be wrong. The eyeshadow could be crap, but I'm going to try it again with more of that eye base possibly, and the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas eye base, which I always use. If you're wondering, my bronzer is the Milani Baked Bronzer in Dolce, maybe. You saw my blush. I did use the new Made by Mitchell All Smudge No Budge eyeliner in the blue shade that I got on my waterline. When I first got it, it was like dried out and gross. This is not a twist up. So Mike sharpened it for me and it went on nicely. So the reviews on these rave about them, all of them. So that's a good. My lip is the Made by Mitchell lip liner in Berry Bold. Yes, Berry Bold. And then I used a bit of my Christian Audette and Mel Thompson lipstick in the shade Beauty. I don't often wear a bullet lipstick, but it's so pretty. I just really like it. And my bestest bestie got it for me because she's amazing and knows what I need even before I do. So first thoughts on the palette, the shimmers, knock your socks off, fantastic. Really like them. I am definitely excited to play these again. And this, I almost use this on my inner corner. It's so pretty, but I didn't because I've been doing a lot of green looks lately. So I didn't do it. But the rest of these shimmer shades look fantastic. So I'm excited to play with them. So that's that on that. Let me know what you think. Did you pick up this palette? Do you have anything else from Glaminatrix? Is that Glaminatrix? Shawnee sent me the other palette. It's over there, but I'm too lazy to go get it. And I really like that one. So maybe I'll do like a mashup of both of them just for funsies. Anyway, hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.
Bye, YouTube.